Hello students, let's try to understand a problem student. What is the second one, B part? First one already we have done student in the previous video. The first part is what are the hydrolysis of product of lactose. This is the alpha D glucose student. Lactose, if you talk about alpha D glucose, and that is what another is there, beta D galactose. Okay, this is what the case of what student, lactose, not okay, not alpha student, beta D glucose and beta D galactose. Maltose is two molecule, two alpha D glucose. So we are going for the second one. What is the basic structural difference between starch and cellulose? Now student, here is the this question is 1 mark question, so 1 point if you are writing, that is very easy. So here is they are saying starch is polymers of alpha D glucose student, yeah, alpha glucose, while if you talk about cellulose student, cellulose is polymer of beta glucose. Or they are saying any other correct structural difference you can write student, but here in the CBSE answer is given the starch is going to be the polymer of alpha glucose and that is cellulose is beta glucose. Here you try to understand student, here the slides. Starch consists of amylopectin and amylose subunit. Amylose has long linear chain of alpha D glucose, alpha D plus glucose. Can you see? The starch is alpha D glucose linked together C1 C4 glycosidic bond. If you talk about the, here you can see here, if you this is the amylose. Amylopectin is also alpha D glucose student. Amylopectin is alpha D glucose. Now come to the next one, cellulose. On the other hand, it is the straight chain polysaccharide made up of what? Beta D glucose student. So starch is alpha D glucose and cellulose is beta D glucose. You link together C1 C4 by the glycosidic. So what the CBSE is expecting the answer student is starch is polymer of alpha D glucose and beta D glucose is in case of cellulose. So this is what the question asks. Give the basic structural difference between starch and cellulose. So starch is alpha D glucose and cellulose is beta D glucose. Now let us see the another one. What the 13 question they ask, biomolecule. They have given the 7 mark question student, more than 7 mark. Here they are saying the glycosidic linkage involved in linking the glucose unit of amylase part of the starch, yeah, amylose part of the starch. So this is the C1 and C1 and CO4 of alpha linkage, alpha D glucose. So amylose, you see student, here is amylose is there. Now this is amylose, where they are saying linked together by C1 and C4 glycosidic linkage. So C1 means here you are counting 1 2 3 4 5 6. Similarly you see here is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So where the bond is going to present student, C1 and C4 is glycosidic linkage. So the question, what is the objective question? The glycosidic linkage involved in the linking the glucose unit of amylose part is what? C1 and C4. So option C is correct. And alpha helix structural feature is what? This is the polypeptide strand student. Polypeptide means what student? DNA. So this is the helical shape is there. Otherwise that is protein you see. Now protein are also polypeptide. Proteins is polypeptide. So 2-degree structure when you are studying student, so 2 helix are there. Alpha helix structure, HELIX, and beta pleated structure, beta pleated. All the proteins are what student? That are the polypeptide. So correct option should be what going to be student? Polypeptide, not the sucrose, starch, nucleose. These all are the wrong student. Alpha helix structure will be there in polypeptide or in the protein. So correct option is option number C. Thank you very much for watching students. I hope this will be helpful to understand.